Good morning, game changers, soul warriors, and rays of sunshine. Welcome. It is still morning my time, but whenever you find this video, good day, good evening, good space to you. I hope everything is going wonderfully for you, but in truth, at times, what is happening in the world can be tough, right? It's not always easy what is happening, what is unwinding, and what is falling apart. Something important is coming up for this week. This is our weekly flow cast with myself. We have to talk about alignment. Okay, right now we came through the full moon and the solar eclipse. And I'm going to tell you right now, this week is going to require work from you. Okay, a lot of work. And it may not be easy. This is why. So we're going to get into that. You might want to listen to the whole thing. And I'm going to also take it further into a deep dive of the message. But for those who don't know me, my name is Master Juniper Bloom Mystique. I am an Ascension Master, a Master Healer, and a Divine Guide. This video you find, this page, this channel, is very important to the Ascension. The work that I have done is nothing to take lightly. Okay? We are in the return of Christ. The return of Christ is complete in the earth. So now you are all rising through that. And it's very important to understand what it is, not what they told you it was going to be, but the truth. The truth shall always set you free. So when the truth is right here, take your time to digest, to ingest, and to understand and to see, because it takes time. Okay? Do not let your shadow stop you. So I encourage you to stick around, to like and subscribe and watch the videos, especially the Ascension playlist, because in there you can watch the entire Return of Christ unfold. That's not a joke. But you have to watch it. You have to click the links, and your shadow will try to stop you, because I invoke your shadow as a master healer. That's what I do. Everything is a reflection of you. So if I spark something in you, just know it is reflecting through you to heal it. If I trigger something in you, use it to heal and keep going. Click those links, watch those videos, listen to what is said and what has been done, because the resistance is tenfold. And it's going to remain that way until the final shift. Each phase right now that we are in is energy rising higher and higher and higher. That is what is happening. I activated pyramids. Those are the portals. Those are ascension portals, because the energy is rising higher and higher. That's what it means to ascend. The earth is ascending and you are on her. So you either ascend with her or you will get kicked off. That's the truth. Okay? Just because it's happening does not mean it's happening to you. It depends on what you are anchored into. And so this week, coming out of that full moon and the summer solstice, alignment is everything. Okay? We have to get realigned to the divine. What does that mean though? Right? I feel like, first of all, one of the things I'm going to tell you is the information on the planet is a lot of muck and yuck and misinformation entwined. Okay? So even the word tools of divination or discernment, those two words are coming up for this week ahead too. People throw discernment around. Use discernment. Discernment truly means speak no darkness, hear no darkness, see no darkness. Okay? But people use it as a weapon of judgment. So during the return of Christ, I had said several times, bringing down the blood of Christ, we said it was a karmic shift. And when I united and resurrected Jesus and Mary Magdalene on Christmas Day, they specifically told you, what is done in the darkness can never bleed into the light again. And what is done in the light can never be taken to the darkness again. And so far in this video, I saw 222, 333, and 444. This is going to be a very important video, although all of the important videos I have done are they're all important equally. We need to understand this. We need to understand that true discernment means that I will accept nothing less than love. I will speak nothing less than love. I will see nothing less than love. I understand how the shadow works, and I will release it further and further every time. And I will align more and more with the divine. This is a necessity this week. A necessity. Okay? There is a lot of mockery towards God, true God, and the Ascension. And it's not okay. You don't want to do that. You want to watch everything that you say. You want to watch everything that you do and make sure you use discernment through you. Not in judging others, but through you. Use discernment through you. Am I accepting anything less than love? Am I speaking anything less than love? Am I seeing anything less than love for my reality and what it is I wish to create? Am I listening? Right? That shadow gets in our head. Your self-dialect. What is your self-talk? Is it positive? Is it love? Or is it less than? Turn the compass of discernment inward. So very important this week. And use it to adjust your alignment to the divine. Turn your compass of discernment inward, not outward. Are you accepting visions of yuck and muck and judgment? Are you speaking words that are not aligned to the divine? Are you self-talking things that are not of love, of unconditional kind? This is from my deck, and this was the card I pulled for us all today. It goes with the message I channeled as well for this week ahead. Divination Expansion, outdated forms of communication. Okay. The number is 14. I don't know if it's reversed for you, but Divination Expansion. This is my new deck. I channeled these. I drew them. It's mine. Outdated forms of communication. Okay. We are in a space-time continuum. This is an ascension portal rising. During the return of Christ, I activated all pyramids. Horus and Sekhmet returned, Adam and Eve, and Jesus and Mary Magdalene. It's not just a man coming out of the sky in which you seek. It is all of it. All Christ has returned. All power of the One has returned to this earth. It is massive. It is massive. It is beyond what you can understand. So instead of having your compass outward, judging others, looking at others, your compass needs to be inward to realign to the divine. You need to keep your focus inward and realigned with the divine, no matter how heavy the emotions are, because with this full moon, one of those was grief. There was deep grief rising, which is why last week I did a healing to help you release that ahead of the full moon, if you watched that video. These energies can cause things to come to the surface. And as they do that, it is your job with divination and spirit to align. Alignment is everything. Aligning to the divine, to the creator, to love and co-creation is everything. You're already co-creating. You have power, you do. But in an ascension, you are co-creating. You have to co-create. In the new earth, it's all about co-creation with the heart space, because that is where God is, not the mind. That was the matrix. That was ego. So love should be your guide. Love, unconditional love should be your guide. Am I speaking love? Am I visualizing love? Am I allowing my world to be created through love? Am I listening to positive or am I listening to negative? Where is my divination? Where is my vibration? Is it positive that reflects when I hear things, or is it negative? Is it love that I see when I see things, or is it judgment and expectations? Is it money that is my focus, or is it love? Not everybody will ascend. Some people are being affected more, and those are the ones that truly need to align. Because not everybody's going to make it. It's just the way it is. This is the Great Reset. It's the 7th wave of creation. And as I was activating the pyramids and bringing down the anointing of the blood of Christ and freeing all of the souls that were trapped here, this was spoken. It's the 7th wave of creation. It's the Great Reset. All of your past lives will not matter anymore. They're all done. You will not come back and play this earth again. You won't, unless you stay, unless you can align. So the most important thing right now is to understand that these are ascension portals rising. We are in an ascension portal, and this week it is super, 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 super important to realize that you are in outdated tools of divination and communication. And you need to realign with higher forms of communication and divination and discernment. Okay? I speak of this quite often. It wasn't my job just to come here and change things and return Christ. It's also my job to bring the truth and the true modalities and love and everything else that goes along with it. Okay? We didn't just come here to create a change and leave you hanging. I've brought every tool along with it. Truly, I have my Light Healers Academy. I have my path. I have everything. The whole entire journey all the way through. Played out through my own awakening. And now that the return of Christ is done, we need to rise and rise through that, but we also need to ascend all of our tools of divination. We need to ascend our words of creation and our understanding of the universe that is encompassing this earth at this time. And that is not done in the mind. No, it's done in the heart space. For anywhere there is shadow, and any bit of your energy will block you from that alignment. It is your job to allow all of these energies to draw these things through, and you use your tools of discernment to align to the divine the whole way through. Okay, so don't come to somebody and be like, you're doing this and you're doing that, and how dare you? Oh, that can't be real. Maybe you found this for a reason, and maybe your job is to... Is it love? Click play. Is it love that I'm invoking in you? If not, heal it. And then click play. Watch the resurrection. Watch the pyramid activations. Watch the Nile turn to blood and dry out, and me call my power back from Sekhmet. Watch it. That happened. Watch Horus rise from the Sphinx when I freed his soul. Watch it. I dare you. But how about what am I invoking in you? Is it love or is it shadow? That is a reflection of you. Use it to heal. Use it to heal and use it to realign. So tools of divination, tools of discernment, they all need to rise. Okay? Discernment is thrown around a lot. People use it as judgment, and that's not of God. You cannot ever take what is light and bleed it into the shadow, or you won't rise. Okay? Do not throw judgments towards anybody. Do not go to anybody's channel and throw judgments their way. Look within you. Is what I'm feeling love? Is what I'm seeing based in love on the inside? Is what I'm hearing in my own head towards myself or towards others love? And is what I'm speaking love? Very important this week to use that tool to realign, because sunshine, something big is coming no matter who you are. You cannot just stay here if you don't align. You have to go. The earth is not dying. She's being reborn, and those that stay with her are as well. We are being reborn into the truth of God, into the love of the one, into the wholeness of the sun and the moon and God. Full power of the sun and the moon has returned. And I spoke before is on my Patreon, which I'm just about to do a releasing ceremony from all those energies that came up, and a manifesting one too. But during the full moon and the summer solstice that I just did, the event occurred in the energy. So what that is I took not just chunks of the sun this time, right? I took 4 layers of the sun and I shoved it into the earth. And it's like big flashes of light. What the return in the event is you either rise to the light and align with the one and co-create through the heart, or your time is done here. Okay? You can go to the other. There's 3 waves. Okay, so what Spirit said the return of Christ is, or what you call Judgment Day. Okay, I asked a long time ago, there's a video on this channel, and I asked what Judgment Day was exactly, because God doesn't judge, right? The Bible is a lot of a lie. And if you watch my channel, you'll know that religion is a shadow you have to remove and heal. Okay, and you can do that. I put a healing on here for you. It's true. But I asked Spirit specifically what Judgment Day was, and I want you to listen carefully to this. Judgment Day is not judgment at all. You reap what you sow. That's what Spirit calls it. It's you reap what you sow day. It's Karma Day. Karma is time. It's time for karma to be given, okay? It's time to pay your karma. It's time to pay your debts. It's time to release all wounds and let go of everything that is not aligned. You have to clear your karma, not cut ties with it. Ooh, no. Do not eliminate your contracts, okay? So Spirit calls Judgment Day, you reap what you sow. Okay? Karma-based. Some will go. Some will stay. The ones that stay are ascending. Some will go. Those go to the other side where they'll continue to try to realign and heal and release and learn more lessons. So they make it far enough that they go to the other side. And then some will never know this life at all. Ever. They go somewhere else. Void of God. What some would call HE double hockey sticks, right? But God doesn't call it that. He just says it's void of light. So some will stay here and ascend to the light of God because God is here. Okay? God is returned here. This is God's earth now. I know that. I rebirthed her. I cleared her. We returned all of Christ. And then she will become the entirety of the Garden of Eden. And you don't have to believe me because discernment, truth shall set you free. I prove everything I say. I'm not just making it up. I couldn't if I tried. You have to watch the videos. And when God presents something to you, do you run and hide or do you dive deep? That is up to you. That is what we're talking about this week. In order to get aligned, you need to dive deep within you. You need to question your thought process, what you see through your eyes. What is your lens? This is what discernment meant. What is your lens? Is your lens based in fear, judgment, ego, expectations? Nobody's good enough for you? If I don't do this, if I like my own comments, is that not good enough? Discernment. That's not love. That's the shadow. That's your ego. Those are the wounds. Understand discernment. This week is about true understanding of what discernment means and aligning further to the divine. Don't throw discernment as judgment towards somebody else. Look within you. What is your lens? What do you see? Do you see a way to nitpick somebody and put them down or make yourself feel better than them? Or do you see an opportunity to dive deeper and feel and see more love? Can you see the beauty behind why people do what they do? Can you see the wounds behind the anger that some reflect through? What do you see? Discernment. What do you see? What is your lens? Discernment. What do you hear when I speak to you? Do you hear fear? Does it spark fear in you? That is your lens. What does your mind tell you when something's happening, when something's unfolding, when you're watching something, or even when you're talking about yourself? What does your mind tell you? What are you listening to? Is it love? This is discernment. When you speak, what do you speak? Is it judgments towards others, towards myself? Or is it love? Can you see beyond the illusion of the shadow and go deeper into love? You must use this energy this week to realign, or you fall from this portal. This is a portal. Each ascension portal you are tested. And if you cannot align to further components of love and release the shackles that bind from the matrix of control and fear and money and ego and judgment, with God, you do not align. That is the only way to stay here. God promised you the return, and then he promised you the path home. How many of you have judged my path? How many of you have judged what Jesus, the return of Christ, really is, even with proof right in front of you? Discernment. If I put the resurrection of Christ right in front of you that happened on Christmas Day, and I tell you I undid the Holy Grail, can you click that video and watch it the whole way through and listen carefully to what is said and what is done and have the lens of love and excitement and alignment to the one? Those are the ones that will stay. This week you need to understand discernment. You need to understand your tools of divination. I'm releasing, excuse me. We need to understand our self-dialect. So they are saying, make sure you are aligned now or it can be too late this week, okay? Stay connected to the divine through every shift through discernment. Not discernment towards others, discernment of yourself. Stop judging others and reflect through yourself. No judgments at all. Remember, it's you reap what you sow. Judgment is not of God. Discernment, divination, words, thoughts. Speak no darkness, hear no darkness, see no darkness. Okay? That doesn't mean go and judge others, because if your heart is opened, what feels right, feels right. What doesn't, you just move aside. I don't go to other people and say, oh, you're this and you're that. No, I don't worry about that. I worry about me. I worry about what I'm digesting, what I'm reflecting, and what I'm ingesting. I worry about me. I'm making sure that I'm aligned no matter what presented the whole way through the return of Christ. I made sure I aligned with unconditional love and God, co-creation. So if something in my heart said do this, I did it without hesitation. And then I would allow the proof and the truth to unfold. And it felt so good. And no matter what came against me, I held strong and just let it go. Let it go. And rise above to love. This is your challenge this week, and it is a big one. It is absolutely a big one. So the cards for this week ahead from my own deck that I am finishing at this time. Number 1, this is 13. 13 is the final portal, by the way. But that doesn't mean you're in the final portal yet. When the Nile dries up, you are. So space-time continuum. Ascension portal rising. Okay, we are in an ascension portal, and if you don't realign with the divine through it, you don't make it. Period. You can't go back and try again. We don't have time. You are in the return of Christ. It's already done. So now you must rise and align. You don't have you can't waste time. Okay? What is time? It's now. Divination Expansion, outdated forms of communication. And this is what I'm talking about, understanding what discernment means. Taking everything to the next level. Discernment is not a tool for you to use to go judge anybody else. You realize that's what people do with it? They throw it at others and go, ooh, I don't like that. And ooh, you're judging people. What about you? What does your voice say? What do your eyes see? What are you speaking to yourself and allowing yourself to hear and be? Discernment. Turn it inward. Realign with the divine this week, or you won't make it through this portal. Love only. Be what you see, speak, think, and feel. Everything else, release it immediately. Do not reflect judgments. Reflect love inward and outward. You must realign with the divine now. Everything this moon drew out to the surface, release it, heal it, and realign through this entire week. Use every second of every day this week to align with the divine. Understand the true meaning of discernment. Understand the true meaning of God and what God really was, not a false cross with the soul hanging off of it. That is not God at all. That's because they stole his soul, and I had to fight for that back, and I almost didn't survive. Know the truth. Respect it. Love it. Seek co-creation with the divine. You are always co-creating either with God or with the ego mind, shadow. Which one are you? I will see those of love on the other side. So much love. Have a beautiful week ahead.